Hello guys and welcome. It's my first ever video like this. We're going to cover the Last Epoch 0.9.2 patch note. So I'm fairly new to Last Epoch. Haven't even got to end game yet. So I thought I'd give a different perspective on things. The patch is dropping on if you're in UK 5 PM on Thursday. So not long. It's pretty exciting. So we're going to go through stuff. It's your standard patch notes video. Except I'm going to try and just give my honest opinion of what I think on stuff as someone who hasn't played very much. Because sometimes I find with these patch note videos, the people who are reviewing them know everything about the game already. But it can sometimes be quite nice to just figure out whether you want to jump in or not. So I'm level 56. So far I'm really enjoying it. Not got to end game yet. I've been playing a companion druid. Game seems great so far. I'll do another video on that when I've played a bit more. But okay, let's dive in. So table of contents. There's a lot going through, but first off we'll go to Rune Master. So third mage class mastery Rune Master. I've seen a video of it. It looks hella fun. Looks like it could be quite complicated, but I guess really you're probably only going to spec into one thing. So although there's like 40 odd combinations or something, you're probably going to do a couple of your favourite ones realistically. So Runic Invocation. Passive. Whenever you directly use an elemental skill, gain 1 rune of the corresponding element. For the channeled skills, you gain 1 rune per second instead. And then when you activate the skill, you consume all of your active runes to cast a unique invocation based on the combination and order of runes consumed. So it's like fire, fire, cold, fire, lightning, cold, 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 etc. And that can just be one skill as well, fire, and then activate. So a 5-point skill, flame rush. I'm going to admit my things. I'm a noob, not entirely sure what 5-point skill means. I think that means you need 5 points in your skill tree. Don't know. Turn into a ball of flame and launch yourself in a targeted direction. The longer you channel the ability, the slower you move, but the larger and more damaging the explosion is. When you stop channeling and you take 40% less damage during flame rush. So it's like a cool, badass fireball teleport. Pretty awesome. 15-point skill, Frost Wall. Create a wall of frost which persists for 6 seconds. Enemies inside the wall take cold dot damage. Receive a stack of chill every 0.25 seconds. You can have 1 active frost wall at a time, and if it reaches the wall, 0.2 seconds after it's been created, are frozen for twice as long as the wall has existed. But to a 2-second freeze duration, bosses cannot be frozen. Okay, so yeah, I guess it has its uses. I don't think I'd use that personally. I think you probably kill stuff quick enough. But if you want to stack cold, 30-point skill, a rune bolt, a combo spell that fires piercing projectiles. The first part of the combo is fire, second is lightning, and third is cold. Oh, that's pretty cool. So you see it here. It's alternating the spells that you have ready for your runic invocation. 35-point skill, glyph of the minion. This looks interesting. It's like a big trap on the floor, and it grows over time. And when it hits max size, you only have max of 1 at a time by default. So I'm assuming that means you can increase the number you can have, which could be quite fun. Okay, so there was some early feedback from Rune Master, missing the ability to quickly and easily generate cold runes early. Like that, they've given them their own name, but they're going to specify what that is anyway. You must have just got them cold. We've added a new low-level spamble cold spell. But all Mage Master is cool. It looks like a cool spell as well. It looks quite fun. So added new base Mage class skill, Frostclaw, unlocks at level 12, fires 3 projectiles in an arc to a target location to create a burst of frost. Added spell damage applies to the burst at 100% effectiveness and freeze rate of 40. Okay, so I think that's all the new class stuff. Class mastery, let's say. Okay. So, rune prisons and experimental items. So, I know nothing about any of this. So, rune prisons are randomly occurring encounters in the campaign and end game similar to shrines. When you click on a rune prison, it opens to free the exiled mage, who is a mini boss with a random set of abilities that will attack both you and other enemies in the zone. Oh, cool. So, you could use that to your advantage, I guess. Cause a bit of chaos. When you click on a rune, yeah, open story order with that. Defeating exile mages allows you to find new experimental affixes. So 33% increased minion damage and 4 minions teleported around you. 4 minions teleported around you after you reversal skill. Okay, is that your minions? Each exile mage drops an item with an experimental affix. Experimental item affixes can drop from T1 to T7 and can be used for legendary crafting when exalted. Items can only have one experimental affix at a time, and they cannot be removed with a rune of a removal. Experimental crafting above level 70. Exiled mages may also drop a rune of research, which can seal experimental affixes and give you a chance to create a glyph of insight. So, deals an experimental affix on the item, the affix is moved to its own slot. Cool. Glyph of insight changes a prefix into an experimental affix. Interesting. It works on gloves, boots, and bouts. Okay. Can be used to craft experimental affixes onto your items. The exact affix you add in its tier are determined by the numerical properties of your item. Okay, discover through experimentation. Cool. Alright, so there's another new mechanic is one shot and lost caches. So a one shot and lost cache is a new type of discoverable. Are basically going to be chests that are around the map that appear. I don't know if they're completely random. I think basically when you find one with one character, it's always in that place. So if you're doing another run with a new character, you can go back there and that chest will be in the same place and opened. So yeah, these exist in specific locations in campaign zones. The first time you open one on a character, you get specific loot from it, but on subsequent occasions, it'll just give you some weaker generic items. Lost caches spawned randomly in endgame. You get the full loot from them every time you encounter them. If one player opens a cache, it only opens for players 60 meters around, so that's for party purposes. Wanted the items from fixed caches in the campaign to be special in terms of stats and lore connection without requiring a full unique. To do this, we've added personal items, which are rare items with personal affix. Okay, so a new item type from them, personal. Intended to be useful leveling items for specific builds that you may want to go out of your way to pick up, but are not intended to be particularly viable in endgame. That's interesting. So I guess if one drops something and you're like, oh, I could use that on another new character, you know where to go and get it. So overall, that sounds quite interesting. From what I'm aware, I think it's put in place to encourage you to explore dungeons, because I think people get this in general with loads of games, but it's like you beeline to your objective, right? There's not much incentive to clear the map unless that's something you particularly like doing. Localization, added more language support, always good. Text can be displayed in different language, great. Yeah, I mean, that's positive all around, right? The more people that can play the game in their own language, the better. Monolith of Fate. So improve. This is, I don't know anything about monoliths, but we'll see how interesting it sounds. Improve layouts of most monolith scenes. That's good. Reduce backtracking by making some older echoes more linear and adding connections where echoes previously were dead ends and removing some dead end paths. Interesting. So it's interesting because they want people to explore, but they want exploring to always be rewarding because it never feels good if you hit a dead end. But then if you take away the dead ends, you're more than likely just going to hit the correct path because everywhere's going to lead to it. So, and if it's like a circle, right, and if you're going up here and the exit's here and then you end up back down here, either way you're going to have to do some backtracking because you're now here and you would go around this way, then you've got all this already killed all the enemies, or you go about this way. So I don't know. I mean, it's probably a good thing, but feels like it's moving a problem. Updated mini player spawn points, that's cool. Increased pack size, great. Everyone loves killing more enemies, and made some monster spawners more compact to make groups of monsters spawn closer together. Again, cool. Who doesn't like that? Ambushes. Remove the ambush that featured 2 covenants of the minion. Guess it was too hard or boring. But added a new ambush that contains forged soldiers. No longer spawns. Misshapen remains. Ambush can now spawn in a different timeline. Ambush objectives can now be disguised as either a boss or gate objective. These were the same as normal. Okay. So I've not experienced this yet, but I'm guessing it's as it sounds. You get ambushed by bosses or mini bosses. Blessings, Bones of Eternity, free spawn. Again, don't really know a lot about this. That's gone up from 10 to 19 to 17 to 23, and that's gone up to 20. I mean, that's gone up a lot, whatever that is. To be fair, they've all gone up. I mean, the minimum on that. Yeah, so I mean, that's good. Cosmetics, I don't really personally care about, but I guess it funds the game if people buy them, so that's cool. Ladder window is now drawn off all windows. Open up a ladder. The arena. Okay, some nice little fixes. This is cool. There is now a bug report button at the top left of the screen in character select and the bottom of the escape menu. Making the bug report in game automatically includes diagnostic. I mean, that's great. Super cool. So hopefully we can all just do our bit to make the game a little bit polished. Interesting that they've slowed down end game. Changes to modifier that still result in higher XP. Okay, you now require more XP to level, but theoretically you should get more XP because of the new enemy changes. Yeah, nothing incredible. Damage. Fix the bug where the 15-second countdown could start before the client's fully connected. Okay, yeah, well, that'd be annoying. Okay, that's quite a good change. Well, that's good. That seems very good. I guess this is for hardcore, right? Oof. That seems like a bit of a nerf. Now get to 1% the critical. To Jesus. I mean, Vitality seems like it's been hella nerf, but was it overpowered before? Maybe you can leave a comment and let me know. And other changes. Your character list is now ordered by when that character is modified. Your character can now change direction more quickly from a brief period of starting to move. Minions now follow you through player portals. Change minions so that no longer run back and forth when you give. Oh yeah. That's great. As someone who's playing a companion druid, oh my god. I didn't know whether it was a bug or by design, but yeah, when you send your minions off and then they like do one attack and run back, and you're like, oh, I was trying to set something cool up then. Damn, that's a lot. All minion skill toolsets say that minions can be given commands with the A key. When your minions are given a move attack command, there is now a visual indicator of location. Cool. Arcane Ascendants. So these are all skill improvements. So Arcane Ascendants got a better shock chance. 12% mana drain is worse. But it's no longer. This is a buff unless you had more than 50% increase. Cool. Okay. And mana surge grants more mana. No longer prioritizes attacking enemies near the player or target the enemy nearest to itself. Prioritize enemies close to the player. Okay. I've not played with half of these skills, so apologies. Again, the aim of this video more is to be like, if you're a noob like me and you want to jump in, hey, what does this patch sound like? I mean, for me, everything sounds great so far. Doesn't, other than Vitality being nerfed, which I had actually just started investing into because I was dying, but I mean, I barely died, to be honest. But I am losing health quicker now I'm at level 56. So I had started investing in Vitality. Black Hole, I've not used that, but it looks like a lot of changes for Black Hole there. That's 35 physical damage point per point from 5. Is that a typo? Because that seems like a big jump. 35? 3.5? Interesting. New functionality on the skill. That's cool. Already casting Bone Curse. You can also cast Bone Curse on hit for the next few seconds. Plus more mana. Casting fires. Okay, so it was doing more damage than it was supposed to, I guess. Pain reduces duration of curse limits and curse ground by 50% from 75. Flame Wards. That's 12% increased duration from 11. Nice. Oh no, that's probably good. 6% mana efficiency from 11. That's good, I think. Damn, so that's down 2 points. For Retribution, you got more damage reduction. Ice Barrage. Sleep Fire now puts the player at a negative mana equal to your max mana for its duration. Instead of negative max mana times 10. Oh, okay. So there was something there where you could abuse how much missing mana you had. Right. Meteor. Mana restoration up. Increased mana cost by 15% rather than 25%. More stun chance, more stun duration, more shrapnel, but less points allocated. So I guess it was going to just over 100% before, and now it's going to bang on 100%. Some of the volatile zombie when you take the mode of a charge detonations. 12% increase from 20% increase. So, okay, passives. Mage has reactive ward, can have 6 points rather than 10. Stun and Storm's cooldown for ward gain is now 7 seconds from 10, and consequently Silver Rune can reduce it to 1 second from 4. Silver Rune increases the ward gain from reactive ward, and Stun Storms by 15. Sorcerer. Lost Knowledge grants 1 ward per 10 current mana from 10 per max mana, and a 5 points allocated from 10. Arcane Insights. Insight buff lasts 5 seconds. 4. Extra Knowledge can have 3 points allocated from 1. Everything seems fairly positive in this. I'm not seeing many nerfs unless I'm misreading some stuff. Wow, there's so much. Loads of new mage equipment affixes, which I guess is for the new Rune Master. Mage Idol affixes again for Rune Master. Other affixes, which I'm assuming are mostly for Rune Master, to be honest. Base type changes. Yeah, Mage Relics. So I did 21 uniques, 4 uniques that dropped from XL Mages, and 8 uniques intended for Rune Master, and 9 others. Nice. That's cool. I like it. So few uniques getting various changes. Player visuals, new set of rogue armor visuals, updated all rogue animations. Oh, that's cool. Updated all rogue animations. Wow. Death animations, size. Rework sound effects. Cool. Rework sound effects. Rework sound effects. Nice. Oh, updated environment background audio for. Oh, that's cool. Scrolling in chat now, friends. Chat window moving now. There are so many fixes in this patch. It's incredible. Oh yeah, towns were re-enabled last week, so now there are people in town, so you can chat locally and things, which is nice. And it makes it feel populated. Yeah, you can right click on someone to interact with them. Quest improvements, greatly improved visuals, improved text quality for NPCs. Wow. Rework phase 1 and 3 of the Largon boss fight. I'm not going to read this because I don't know if that's a fight that I've done or not. So, overhauled rat enemies. Jeez, man, this is incredible, really, isn't it? Updated visual effects on everything. Updated weapon models. Made the sizing of skeleton enemies more consistent. Updated the size of stuff. UI. Now grayed out while in town. Added a shine effect to ability icons when they come off cooldown. Crafting window now shows how many runes are left. Crafting window now shows more clearly which affixes. There is now a brief delay between dying and the death screen, so you can see your character's death animation. Do they sell death animations? It seems like they want you to buy them. Controller support, cool. Implemented. I've not tried controlling it, to be fair, but that's great. Lots of optimizations, through performance, etc. Loads of bug fixes. I'm not going to go through all the bug fixes because there are too many. And obviously that's all positive stuff. Yeah, cool. Wow. So, okay, that's a lot to digest. So, as someone new to the game, from my perspective, that seems like a very positive patch. As someone who's only just started, I would say I'm a bit gutted about the one shots and lost caches. Is it? Because I've just been through like all the campaign, and so I've probably missed out on a lot of stuff. Yeah, but that's okay. That is what it is. Is what it is. And for anyone who's thinking about starting soon, like you get those benefits even if you start at the weekend. So yeah, seems like a fairly positive patch. If I like misunderstood anything, or yeah, if anyone's got any tips for doing videos like this, or you want to see more of this or less of this, let me know. And yeah, if you managed to watch it all, awesome. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Take it easy. Bye.